All right, part two of the unboxing of the 65-inch LG G4 OLED. We finally got this thing mostly out of the box. We finally got this stand mostly put together. I think it's put together, but one thing I wanted to note for you guys, come on in so we can see this. So we got it put together. Either I'm not nearly as smart as I thought I was, even with a college degree, or this thing is very complicated to put together because we actually had to refer to another YouTube video. Don't watch other people's channel, watch our channel. But we had to refer to another YouTube video on how to put this together, partially because the pedestal part has to be forced in. I kind of knew how to fit it together like pieces of a puzzle, right? But on this pedestal base, on the base, right, you couldn't put the stand in fully. It had to be forced in, and it clicks, and I didn't want to force it because I didn't want to break or snap anything, right? The other problem is LG is absolutely at fault for this. In the directions, they show two sets of screws. They say A and B, but they're not labeled. These are the bags that they come in. And by the way, the screws are going to be in with your remote control. But look at these, whatever these are, these SKU numbers here. There's no A and B. They both start with an A, right? They're both alphanumeric with like a mile long with letters, right? Like probably 20 characters. And they got black screws and they got silver screws. Well, the black screws, just to help you guys out, those are going to be reserved for the back of the stand that secure the panel to the stand. So the silver screws go on the bottom and they go on the inside here of this bracket or this tower or this spine on the stand. But the black screws go in the back, and they're labeled A and B on the diagram, right? The directions that come with the panel, but they're just diagrams, and it's near impossible to tell if they're the longer or the shorter ones. These are the longer ones, the black ones, and again, the longer black ones are for the back of the panel, for the stand of the back of the panel, and then the silver ones are the shorter ones for the bottom on the inside of the spine or the column of the stand. But they should have been labeled. They should have been labeled A. There should have been a sticker that says A clearly and B. And that would have really, really eliminated a lot of ambiguity. But LG didn't have the foresight to do that. So shame on them for that. But we're going to try to get this thing here hooked up since we got the stand pretty much assembled. And it's really not that difficult if you know how to do it. But if you're not familiar, you don't want to force pieces like I didn't want to force pieces, it can be difficult. If you're not sure which screws are A and B, it can be difficult because you don't want to choose the wrong screws, obviously, for the job. So go ahead and set that down, and we'll put this panel on here. We'll get this thing set up. Now that we know which screws go where, and I'm going to get these screws out in preparation while you get the camera set in place, right? All right, here we go. And it looks like we're not going to use this stand after all. I thought we were, but this thing assembles a little bit differently. So what you're going to have to do is very carefully remove this, I think, right? And what you don't want to do, actually, you know what? You might want to just keep it on here. Keep it. Yeah, where's their way to? You got something to grab under there, don't you? Like something to grab on? I don't. You ready? You gotta go up. Okay, up. Careful, not too much. Don't put too much pressure on it. Set it on the box here. That's fine. All right, go underneath. Underneath. You got it. There you go. All right. So now we gotta get this. When I said, careful. Sorry. Really that heavy? I guess it could be. All right. Maybe we should set this on the. Maybe we should set it on there, huh? Well, go underneath. Try to go underneath. I'm gonna try to go underneath too. Be careful. Underneath. Be careful. Underneath. Get your finger over there. You got it? All right. Now put it face down. You're gonna have to go in. You're gonna have to go that way. Careful. Careful. Slowly. There you go. All right. All right, so you want to grab the camera and grab the camera and zoom in here? So apparently, we got to get this in here, right? And you can see there's little tabs right here on the stand, or on this piece of the stand, that fit right here in the back of the panel. So the tabs go right in there. You got your screw holes that line up, and again, we're using the black screws for the back of this. And then we should be good to go. But hopefully, this will be helpful to somebody, just to know that the black screws are for the back, the silver screws are for the bottom, and you do have to kind of push the piece into the pedestal, the column, or this column piece here. You have to push this into the pedestal and push it into place hard so it snaps into place. That was something, again, that I didn't want to do initially because I didn't want to force anything. I didn't want to break anything, but apparently that's what needs to be done. I think LG definitely could have provided better directions with this on how to assemble the stand. It would have been very, very helpful. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I won't bore you to death with the rest of this. We'll maybe do another follow-up video once we have everything dialed in and show you how it actually works, how well it actually works. Maybe we'll even do a comparison video. We'll maybe play, I'm thinking maybe some Ragnarok on the C2 with everything cranked, and we'll do the settings the same, like 90% contrast, 90% brightness on the C2, and then do 90% contrast and brightness on the G4, so we have identical or nearly identical settings so you guys can see what the differences look like. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. Don't forget to check out my book. Links are below in the description. You're welcome.